आज ही डाउटनेट ऐप डाउनलोड करें। डाउटनेट पर होगा अब आपके सभी मैथ्स, केमिस्ट्री, फिजिक्स और बायोलॉजी डाउट्स का सफाया। बस अपने क्वेश्चन की फोटो खींचो, उसे क्रॉप करो और तुरंत वीडियो सॉल्यूशन पाओ। डाउनलोड नाउ।
In this question, it is given as if alpha, beta, gamma and delta are the smallest positive angles in ascending order of magnitude, which have their signs equal to the positive quantity k. Then we need to find the value of 4 sin alpha by 2 plus 3 sin beta by 2 plus 2 sin gamma by 2 plus sin delta by 2. That we need to find the value. Alright, let's solve it. First of all, it is given as alpha less than beta less than gamma, which is less than delta. One more thing is given as sines of their angle beta is equal to sine gamma is equal to sine delta is equal to k. This is the quantity given. Alright, now we can take one by one. Sine alpha is equal to sine beta. Now since alpha is less than beta, so we can write it as alpha as sin pi minus alpha, because we know sin pi minus theta, that is second quadrant. Again it will be sin theta itself, sin beta. So from this we can say beta is equal to pi minus alpha. Mark it as equation 1. Alright, moving on. Take sin alpha is equal to sin gamma. Alright, now we can write sin alpha as sin 2 pi plus alpha as well is equal to sin gamma. Here gamma will be equal to 2 pi plus alpha. Now see this. Why didn't I write pi minus alpha this time? Because we have already seen that beta is less than gamma. If we put pi minus alpha, that will be equal to beta itself, right? So gamma will not be greater than beta. And we know this is again 2 pi plus alpha is again in the first quadrant, and that will be positive itself. So we can write alpha as this term. So gamma is 2 pi by 2 pi plus alpha. Alright, mark it as equation 2. Similarly, if we want sin delta, value of delta, then we can write it as sin alpha is equal to sin delta, and here sin alpha can be written as 3 pi minus alpha, second quadrant, again sign positive. So we can say delta is equal to 3 pi minus alpha, which will be greater than this one. Alright, now mark it as equation 3. Alright, now coming back to the question, which is given as 4 sin alpha by 2 plus 3 sin beta by 2. Write it again. 4 sin alpha by 2 plus 3 sin beta by 2 sin beta by 2 plus 2 sin gamma by 2 plus sin delta by 2. Alright, yes. Now put the values. 4 sin alpha by 2. Put beta as beta in terms of alpha, which is pi minus alpha, right? Pi minus alpha by 2 plus 2 sin gamma, that is 2 pi plus alpha by 2, and sin delta is sin 3 pi minus alpha by 2. Alright, moving on. 4 sin alpha by 2. This will pi by 2 minus alpha by 2, that is 90 minus theta, that is cos theta, and it will be in positive itself, alpha by 2. Now this one, 2 pi, 2 cancel, pi plus alpha by 2. 2 pi plus alpha, right? Pi plus alpha by 2. So that will be in the third quadrant. So minus 2 sin alpha by 2. Now this one, 3 pi minus alpha, 3 pi by 2. 3 pi by 2 minus alpha by 2. Again third quadrant, and it will change. So cos alpha by 2. All right. So from here 4 sin alpha, 2 sin alpha, that means 2 common sin alpha by 2, and 3 cos alpha by 2 minus cos alpha by 2, that means 2 cos alpha by 2. 2 we have already taken common, so 2 cos alpha by 2. All right. We can write it as sin alpha by 2 plus cos alpha by 2 whole square. Open the whole square inside this square, inside the square root. Sin square alpha by 2 plus cos square alpha by 2 plus 2 sin alpha by 2 cos alpha by 2. Now sin square alpha by 2 plus cos square alpha by 2 is equals to 1. 2 sin theta cos theta, that means sin 2 theta, that means sin alpha will be over here. And we have already seen sin alpha is equal to k. Sin alpha, sin beta, sin gamma is equal to k. So we can write it as 1 plus k. So this is our answer, and option B is correct. Alright, thank you.
क्लास 6 से 12 से लेके नीट IIT JEE मेंस और एडवांस के लेवल तक 10 मिलियन से ज़्यादा स्टूडेंट्स का भरोसा। आज ही डाउनलोड करें डाउटनट ऐप या व्हाट्सएप कीजिए अपने डाउट्स 8400 400 400 पर।